America! These jobs are something else, boy. These jobs are something else. I had a interesting experience today. Interesting experience today at the job. You know, I've been working these jobs for decades, man. And I'ma honestly say, man, the best, man, I'm just gonna speak my truth, man. I'm just gonna speak my truth. The best manager I ever had was this young white girl from South Carolina. She was in her early 20s. The reason I say she was one of the best managers, well, she was probably the best manager I ever worked with, was because she genuinely cared about people. Like, it wasn't fake. She would come up to you, and she probably managed, I don't know, she probably managed hundreds of people. Yep, I would estimate at least close to 100. Maybe a little less. Maybe a little less than 100. But she will come up to you and take time out of her day. Not every day, but every now and then, like maybe once a week. She would take time and just come up to you and be like, "How are you? You doing all right?" Like, she'll check on you. And it was genuine. And she just was just a genuinely nice person, man. And cared about people, man, which is rare. My second best manager, another real, genuinely nice guy, bro. Genuinely nice guy, bro. Like, he wasn't no, and when I say this, he wasn't no pushover or nothing like that. He was just genuinely nice, bro. And genuinely cared about people. I mean, he needs you to do something, he'll tell you whatever, and he'll, be, army guy. So he was a stern, by the books kind of guy, army vet. I think he probably younger than me though. He still was probably he might have been a couple of years younger than me. White guy, army guy. He was the second best manager I've had. And I've had other managers of other races, pretty fair and decent. I'm sure if I think hard enough, I could think of other managers of other races. Now, the reason I say man, woman, or I say that race of the person is because not because I'm prejudiced or anything like that. I don't say that because of prejudice. I say that because that is a factor. People's background, their culture, that is a factor that tells you about people. Okay? We just got to get down to brass tacks. That's important because a person's culture and how they were raised, it will reflect a lot of times how they do things and how they carry themselves. And how you were raised, it definitely will go into your character as a person. So, this lady, this management, she just came to the area. They transferred her to my department or whatever. And it started 2 days ago. 2 days ago, which was Thursday. Today is Saturday. 2 days ago, she buckle in, folks. I'm gonna take you on this ride. She wanted me, this manager, and she's like a high up manager too. Like, I think she's kind of, she's a higher ranking manager or whatever. She wanted me to do something that they didn't hire me to do. She wanted me to go do a job work another job that I wasn't hired to do. And I told her the thing was, I wasn't even going to be there long enough for her to even send me to that department and for them to train me. I was only Thursday. At that time I was only working like 3 hour shift. I was just working 3 hours. So it's the middle of the day, which you're not supposed to train people in the middle of the day like that. But I told her I wouldn't be there long enough. But she insisted. So I went over there or whatever and left a couple of hours later. Didn't even train on nothing. It was just really silly. So I come back today, 2 days later, and here she goes again. She specifically singles me out, and she wants me to go train in another department. And after a while, there was nobody even there for me to even train me and to even do what she wanted me to do in the other department anyway. People under her are pushing back. They're telling her, "Man, like he has a special shift. Like he doesn't even be here long enough, ma'am. And we don't even have anybody to do what you want us to do, ma'am. And ma'am, you don't have to train him. There are other people that you can get to do what you're trying to get him to do. You should go let him do what he's hired to do. And there's other people that you can get to do that." No, she insists that she wants me to go do it. So I made it easy for her. And I left. Okay, so I apologize for that. I had to check my phone because I just got a notification. I got a notification that sent me something about my job that I asked her about, and she lied about it. So this notification I got just proves she lied to me about something else. But I'm not even going to address that. But I just got a notification from my job app that says that showed me something that was available that she lied and said it wasn't available. That just even add more to it. But anyway, I made it easy for her. I left. I just told her I just use some of my personal time and I just leave. And she was like, "Okay, well, we'll just do this next week or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, man," because I'm not gonna do that. Like, she probably won't even see me again. Like, if I have it my way, she won't even see me again. But this woman is just personally, I'm very nice to people, bro. I'm very nice to people. And this woman just got some type of personal thing where she's on some personal power trip where I want to make this guy do something that he doesn't want to do. It's really silly. It's silly, man. It's the most silly and emotional thing ever. People like her give women a bad rap in the management game, because I've had good women managers. So this woman is just on some type of emotional power trip, and to be a good leader, you lead with logic. So I'm nice to everybody. Have a good relationship with all the managers. So for this woman to personally come after me, who knows what she's going on. I don't know. Who knows, man? Maybe her husband beats on her. I don't know. But I will say this. This woman does have an African name. And she's definitely African descent. She's not foundational Black American. Not at all. Why do I say that? Because she has an African name, and her hairline, she has a African hairline. Her hairline is pushed back. And she wears, and on top of that, the last thing she need to be wearing, which she always got some micro braids in her head. So her hairline gonna be looking like Stephen A. Smith after a while. You know, the last thing you need when you got a pushback hairline is some damn micro braids. I mean, they're just micro braids is when you expect, because most people leave them in there too long. Most women leave them in there too long. So micro braids just incinerate hairlines. That's the incinerating hairline hairstyle. The micro braids. I digress. But I've seen this before with a lady, a East Indian lady, management lady. I've seen her kind of behave this way before too. But back to the African. When you're dealing with these, in the African culture, Caribbean culture, these cultures, they're not the only ones. I think East Indian as well. Hell, most cultures outside the United States. So this applies to most cultures outside the United States. But specifically, this woman's African, so I'm going to speak to her. In their culture, the women are oppressed. Okay? So women like that come up in an oppressive culture where they oppress the women, they mistreat the women, in her homeland, they're doing heinous stuff to these women. They're giving them female circumcisions, all type of heinous things they do to these women over there. So when you come up in your culture that you come from, they oppress the women. When they get over here, you get a little title. You want to look at every man as your enemy. Specifically, a 6'3" black man like myself. So what do you want to do? You want to take the 6'3" black man down a peg or two. So I'm going to make him do something that he don't want to do. Well, I got news for you, ma'am. This 6'3" black man ain't no any 6'3" black man. This is a 6'3" foundational black American lineage. I come from the people that built this country. I'm from the Mississippi Delta, man. My daddy just sent me a picture of some of my family members that got on their tombstone from the 1800s. But before that, anyway, I can go take you to different places in the Mississippi Delta where my family members got birth dates and back in the 1800s, man. Numerous relatives. Okay? So this is my homeland. I'm part of the people that built this country, man. And I'm from the poorest area of this country called the Mississippi Delta. Okay? So what's that song say? Oh, you can't keep a good dog down. No, you can't keep a good dog down. So, yeah, this is my spirit, ma'am. And I walk high, not because I stand at a 6'3" stature. I walk high because of my spirit. And, we have a different spirit than people in your homeland. We're fighters. We're go-getters. And I'm sorry for whatever you're going through, because see, I know you say, Corey, how do you make this assumption? Well, I watch people, and I watched her as she managed other departments, and she has this look like she's miserable, like she doesn't want to be there. And next week, if she bothers me, but I don't plan on being around her next week, but if we have to cross paths again, I want to have this conversation with her, because I think she's really destined to do great things in life. This African woman of African descent. I think she has. I see something in her where I really think she's destined to do great things in life. And if you're destined for that, then leave this job that you don't want to be on and go do that, because you're not doing a good job managing, ma'am. You're terrible, and you're putting all your misery out. Man, she has no idea, like everybody, because she has a higher position, so everybody kind of answer to her. So everybody just scared they want to keep their job, but behind her back, they're calling her an idiot because she's leading with emotion and not logic. She's not managing from a logical perspective. And next week I'm gonna have this heart to heart with her if she come at me with her nonsense again, and I'm gonna just tell her, man, like they, the people just want to keep their job, but ma'am, you have no respect around here, ma'am. You don't have any respect, and if you don't want to be here, ma'am, just go follow your passion. Go do something, because I know you got bigger and better things that you can do. I see it in you. Just go do that, ma'am. But my advice to you is you need to learn how to manage, because this job is just a practice. That's where I look at my job. That's why I come to my job and I work so hard at my job and stuff, because I'm just practicing to continue to run my businesses and take my businesses to another level. You see, if you can't have good work ethic on a job, then you sure ain't gonna make it with a business. So I would advise her to do a better job at her job of managing, and learn how to manage this Fortune 10 company, Fortune 20, it's at least a Fortune. Yeah, this is probably like a Fortune 10 company. Learn how to manage this big company, and then you leave here. You'll easily manage your business or whatever you want to pursue in life. Because I know she can do great things, but she's just sitting up on this job being miserable and being an emotional, ill-advised, terrible wannabe manager. But yeah, I see her. I mean, I be sitting I can remember last week I was sitting in my car and she was getting off and she just looked miserable. Like she just rolls her eyes and looked like it's just that she don't want to be there type energy. And I see her and she just never looks happy, bro. I've never seen her smile. And I've been working around this woman for over a year now, about a year and maybe 3 months. And I've never seen this woman smile or nothing like that. And now I'm interacting with her because they sent her back to my department. And boy, oh boy, like people are at their job right now. They're miserable because like the management under her has come to me and saying, Corey, I'm sorry. This is what she wants you to do. I'm sorry. Like they're apologizing to me because they got to do what she's telling them to do because they know what she's doing is wrong. And I'm like, it's okay, man. It's all good, man. Like, because, it's all good. But I want to shout out to a lot of men out there. A lot of you men out there, other men, foundational Black American men out there. I want you to be very, a lot of foundation Black American men, they love to get excited and run to something exotic. Okay? And so you some type of exotic woman from another country. You need to be very mindful of this kind of stuff. Like you got to understand the culture they come from and how they were raised. But this is just from foundational Black or any women that you come across. You want to deal into how were they raised. Were they raised in a house where their dad, where they saw a man mistreat a woman all their life? I'm minding my words. I'm not going to say the A word, A-B-U-S-E. I'm not going to say that. But I'm going to just say, were they in a house where they set up and watched a man mistreat a woman? Or were they in a house where they saw a man lead, provide, and appreciated the woman that, his wife? Me, I want a woman that saw a man lead and appreciated his wife and didn't mistreat a woman. The last thing I want is a woman who grew up watching her mother be mistreated. Because now, unless she's gotten some counseling or unless she's personally dealt with that trauma, now you will never do anything to make this woman happy or to satisfy this woman. You'll never do anything. This woman will always be against you. She'll always be plotting, maybe behind the scenes against you. So, you guys got to understand, the men out here, that a lot of women in these other cultures, they come from the culture in these other countries, they oppress the women. So you might have a woman that that's kind of battling against you in the household. So I tell you, be careful wanting to run to these type of women, man. Be careful with that. The women, okay? My sisters out there, this same for you. You want to delineate and you want to go run get a white Caucasian man or a man of another culture and stuff like this. Just understand how they were raised. You really got to get that understand on how they were raised. Because the same thing goes for the men. If that man set up and watch his daddy beat his mama ass all his life, 9 out of 10 times, there's two things he could do with that. He can take that and say, I'm going to be a better man. And that's going to be more reason for him to never beat on a woman. Or in most cases, he's going to go the other route and he's going to mistreat women and beat on women. Or maybe even worse. So the women, you got to be very, you got to be security guard, right? That old man security guard right around the parking lot. He looking at me. I waved him. He could have waved back, the bum. But yeah, the women, be mindful of that, women. Be mindful of that. Of these men, you want a man of other cultures and stuff. A lot of these other cultures, same thing going on with the men. You know? So you might be getting yourself into something that might not end well for you. I hope you make it out of it alive. But most important, but the thing is though, I look at situations like this that honestly, I look at a situation like this. And a situation like this, I can hear the Creator talking to me. Can I share something with y'all? Can I share this personal stuff with y'all? I'm gonna get personal today. This video gonna be lengthy, but I'm gonna share this and be personal because I got stuff to do. But times like this, I can hear the Creator talking to me. I can hear God talking to me. God, Creator, the universe, it's all the same to me. Those are the names I use, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's times like this, like I feel like he's telling me to get to work. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Because what I mean by that, I'm going to be frank with you. I don't believe in saying I'm going to put things in God's hands. I'm going to put it in the Lord's hands. I'm not one of those people say, well, I'm going to just take this and put it in the Lord's hands. I don't believe in that. I believe that for all of us, man, like, for all of us, the Creator, he has blessings for all of us. And he already put them out there for us. And I think he doesn't discriminate. Even for bad people, he has blessings. Look at a lot of these famous celebrities that are being indicted and all this kind of stuff. Look at all them people in California. Yeah, they going through some stress right now, but they millionaires. Their house might have burned down. But look at all them people that have done bad, terrible things to children and mistreated people all down there in Hollywood, and they living in lavish luxury. Yeah, they facing some. Their stuff got burned down right now, but they'll bounce back. They rich. But I just say that the example of even the worst people in the world, I feel like God, he has a blessing for them. Because look at them. Why are they rich? Why are they famous? Why are they have so much blessings, even though they're some of the meanest and most rotten people? So he doesn't discriminate with blessings. He gives us all blessings. But I think what it is he requires you to go out and get it. You have to go out and get it. You have to put in the work and go get the blessing. You can't just sit back and let him just give it to you. And I feel like that's what he's speaking to me today. He started speaking to me probably about 2 years ago. And he would just tell me, like, it gotta be him. Because I could hear the voice. He say, trust me, my son. I have a blessing for you. But you just have to do your part, Corey. You gotta go out there and get it. You gotta do your part. And I can hear him today, man. When I was walking out of there, clocking out, he was saying, get to work, my son. Go do your part. I got you. Okay? Because if I know I'm not the only one that hear that voice. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear that voice, man, we got to go after it, man. Me, you people out there that's with that like have that same type of experience, we got to put in the work and go after it, man. It's a lady that works with me, and she's been being mistreated. I watched her be mistreated over and over at the job by the upper management. They just do nasty stuff to her, man, to try to sabotage her. You know, she's even been injured, and I've seen them just mistreat her so bad. And she told me, I remember her telling me months ago, she wants to start a trucking business. You know, and she various reasons, because she got a elder aunt that she takes care, that she looks after. And, you know, she want, you know, owning her own business will allow her to have the free time to look after her older aunt and everything and stuff like that. And I told her, man, I encouraged her, I say, man, you got to do it, man. You got to go after it, man. Like, and I think with all the mistreatment, I think the same thing is being told to her like this, that's being told to me. Go after it. You know, God knows. I wish I had her situation, because she lived with her older aunt, so she don't have to pay rent. Lord have mercy. If I didn't have to pay rent, boy, if I didn't have to pay this high ass rent, I really can get ahead. But she said something to me, and she said it again like a few days ago. Because some other issue she was having, they were mistreating her. And she said, she liked to say this a lot. And that's kind of why I stay away from people, and I don't like people coming around me at work talking to me, because I don't want that kind of energy. She said, oh, well, I'm going to let the Lord, I'm going to put it in the Lord's hands. That's what she said. I'm going to put it in the Lord's hands. So if people say that, that's basically them just giving up, in my opinion. You just giving up. I'm going to put it in the Lord's hand. The Lord's hands. You just giving up. Or maybe you just don't got what it takes. Or you just don't. I know you got what it takes. You just don't want to put in the work and fight. So, all my people, we gonna fight, man. We gonna fight for our blessing. Because we got a blessing out there. And we gonna fight for it. We gonna fight for it. Because we deserve it.